Welcome to Coruzant Technologies, home of the Digital Executive Podcast.
Welcome to the Digital Executive. Today's guest is Oliver Trundley. Oliver Trundley is the Vice President of Product Marketing at Equus. Oliver has spent his career working in mobility, albeit in a range of different roles. Starting in 2005, he spent the first 6 years of his career in expat tax at one of the Big Four before moving in-house to run mobility operations for a large multinational company. This opportunity not only gave him a chance to help manage large-scale mobility policy, organization, and process overhaul, but also brought in it a stint as an expat in Singapore. It was also the time that Oliver was first introduced to Assignment Pro as a mobility management solution. Moving back to the UK, Oliver spent 2 years heading up UK and global payrolls before moving to Equisoft in 2015. Oliver's varied experience from his roles in mobility, tax, payroll, and technology all help him better understand clients' needs in order to get the best from their mobility software. Well, good afternoon, Oliver. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, and thank you for having me.
Awesome. Oliver, I appreciate you jumping on, and I know you're hailing out of the great country of the UK there in London. I appreciate your time today. So let's jump into the questions. You've got quite the career in tech as a manager, vice president of technology. Now you're the Vice President of Product Marketing and New Products at Equisoft. Could you share with our audience the secret to your career growth and what inspires you?
Okay, yeah, well, I think it's a combo of different things. So probably making the most of opportunities, a bit of luck, being in the right place and the right time, and probably being open to new tangents. So things that take you out of your comfort zone and open your world to something new. On inspiring, I think seeing how technology creates change is really important to me. You can see it how people I work with, when they use technology to do something new, which makes their lives and other people's lives better. That's really cool, and it makes you want to do it yourself.
That's awesome. I appreciate the share on that. Really do. That helps those that listen in come up with ideas and ways to be successful in their career as well. So, Oliver, let's talk a little bit about the pandemic. As you know, everybody globally has had to make these major shifts to adapt to this new normal. Could you share with us what your organization is doing to help companies adapt in this new environment?
Yeah, that's a big thing, isn't it? So yeah, change is big. It's evolving. It's pushed us to do new things. It's pushed us to work in different ways. One example is that we started to offer live chat support within our bigger Assignment Pro application within a matter of weeks, rather than probably the months it would have taken us to roll things out. And it's also led us to create an entirely new product. So our alternative work arrangements tool, that was born of the result of people no longer needing to go into the office. Some of them now finding that they need to do childcare and homeschooling. Some people wanting to move to be nearer to family, or maybe just because they don't have to go into the office, move to be nearer to the beach. And we found that our clients, so big corporates, were getting loads of requests from their employees in a disjointed ad hoc manner, going to managers, line managers, HR, etc., saying, is this okay? Can I go and work in France for the next 6 months to be near granny? That kind of thing. And being swamped, and employees being, making those big changes in their lives, and at the moment things being very disruptive, wanting to get answers quickly, wanting to know, is it okay for me to make this change and go and work somewhere quite far away, perhaps from the office, or work different hours even, so I can do that childcare in the mornings. And employers needing to get back to them quickly, get information, track everything, and find out 6 months later, or be able to track 6 months later, whether that was okay and whether they agreed to that person going to France. And from our perspective as a risk and compliance and workflow provider, being able to identify the cases which were risky. So in some cases, you don't want people going and working abroad because there are tax, immigration, etc. implications. So it's been interesting. We've created a new application to help employers manage that risk and help them let their employees make requests online to say, can I go work elsewhere? It's all self-service, and really helps change, or helps companies evolve in the way that they're working with their employees now that that tie to the office is quite weak, really.
Great. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. And there are challenges. And every time I talk to a guest here, Oliver, there's a unique challenge or opportunity for each guest that I've had on the show because of the pandemic. So I think that was a great share on that particular one. So Oliver, you're obviously leveraging some new and emerging tech in your tech stack. Anything you care to share with our audience today?
Yeah, we keep an eye on the latest technology to see if there are any use cases for delivering value to our clients. An example then, that alternative work arrangements application we're talking about, that's still evolving. Companies are still working out how they are going to deal with the results there. And that means that our applications need to be able to adapt quite quickly in different ways that companies want to use them, different approaches for rollout. So one of the first things, obviously, is we use cloud-based hosting to make sure we can scale as we need to. And probably more importantly is we build in a really flexible way. So we have architecture that allows us to do really easy configuration and quite fundamental configuration. In fact, we unwittingly created our own low-code application really before it was a thing. And that's really helped us deal with what clients want and react to their needs. And then the next thing we're looking at, or the next obvious thing really, is how can AI help with the human decisions that our software enables. So that's going to be difficult, but it is the next step.
Great. Thank you for sharing. And Oliver, I want to jump into the last question here. People want to know and understand a little bit more about Oliver Trundley. Can you share something from your career experience that would be helpful for those looking to grow their career in technology or leadership?
Yeah, so I guess at the beginning, in a way, we talked about tangents and opportunities and being prepared to take that leap and move on. I think another way to look at it is that to be able to grow, you have to be able to move on, and people can become stuck in their roles and you kind of held back because you're not able to leave what you're doing at the moment. So for me, one of the most important things is growing the capabilities of your team. So making sure they're able to step up and do your role so you can become expendable, and then you're free to move on to your next challenge.
Great. Thanks again for sharing, Oliver. I do appreciate that. It's very helpful for myself, but also now that we get to share your story with our global audience. And Oliver, it was a pleasure having you on today. I look forward to speaking with you real soon.
Thank you.
Bye for now.